Meantime, developing right now, police are searching for the person who they say opened fire on an Albuquerque home, killing a teenager. Police say he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And last night, friends and family gathered together to remember 17-year-old Jaden Chavez Silver. The soon-to-be Manzano High School senior was shot and killed Friday night after somebody sprayed bullets into a home where he was hanging out with friends. During a gathering at Supper Rock Park, friends said that Jaden was a football player, a wrestler, and a student with big dreams. They say he was thinking about college and even joining the Air Force.
He's my best friend, and he always kept an eye on me, like he was my security guard, and he was just always there to protect me no matter what.
A funeral for the teenager is scheduled for Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Sagebrush Community Church. Albuquerque police say a violent weekend is keeping officers and investigators very busy this morning. Police tell us the very latest shooting happened last night at the Domino's Pizza near 12th and Manal after an armed robbery. It's not clear if the person who was shot is the robber or a bystander, but they are in critical condition. Witnesses on scene tell reporters that a robber came in armed with a gun and then took off, and that's when shots were fired. Right now, police are not releasing information on the victim or saying if they do have a suspect. We're going to have more on how police say they are dealing with a rash of crimes in the past few days coming up in our next half hour. Meantime, a man shot outside a downtown nightclub over the weekend is in critical condition this early hour. That man accused of shooting him was in court yesterday. Police say Michael Ponce was involved in a fight outside the Lotus nightclub. The male victim was shot and left bleeding in an alley, and police say they saw 38-year-old Ponce speeding away in an SUV. They say he blew through stop signs and started a pursuit, and they saw during that he threw his weapon out. He was stopped near 10th and Iron. He's now charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and other charges. Fierce flames burned a car at Indian School in Wyoming. Look at this. AFD was on scene quickly to hose it down. They did hose down the burning car. Total loss. No one inside the vehicle, and firefighters have not released a cause yet. A News 13 viewer posted this video for us on our KRQE Facebook page, where you can post videos and pictures as well. Fed up, residents in one southeast Albuquerque neighborhood are fighting back after a recent crime spree. News 13's Catherine Mazzone is in the Newsplex right now with more on how they're doing it. Catherine?
That's right, Adam. These locals say their neighborhood is known for being one of the safest in the metro, but recently it hasn't felt that way.
There was some car break-ins. Actually, there was a car stolen.
Neighbors like Richard Lujan are fed up, and they're doing something about it. Residents are creating their own neighborhood watch. The plan is to have a head watcher on every block, one who knows the ins and outs of that area. The idea is to leave no room for anything suspicious to go unreported. And with only one way in and one way out, residents say they have a unique plan to give them the upper hand.
It's kind of obvious when you come into this neighborhood, either you're here to visit or you live here.
Neighbors want to send a message to would-be criminals. You're not welcome, and they won't put up with any crime. Back to you, Adam.
Okay, Captain, thank you. There, by the way, are about 500 homes in that neighborhood, and neighbors say about 20 homes per block. On to this, happening today, Santa Feans will have the chance to meet the mayor and have coffee with a cop at the same time tonight. The city's mayor, fire chief, police chief, they're all going to be at the plaza tonight from 5 to 7. The event is similar to APD's Coffee with a Cop events like this one that we're about to show you here. The public will have 5 to 7 minutes if you want to meet personally with those officials. Anyone is welcome to ask questions, discuss ideas, or just say hello. The Coffee with a Cop campaign is part of a nationwide initiative to help build community trust of law enforcement. Protesters made good on their promise to speak up for peacocks over the weekend. They showed up Saturday at the Rio Grande Zoo, demanding that those birds be allowed to continue to roam free. Earlier this week, the zoo announced plans to relocate some of the peacocks. A 2-year-old boy was pecked last month when taking a picture near one of them. Many people are unhappy about the decision to move them today. Developing right now, banks in Greece will be shut down starting today through the week. This as the country's debt crisis deepens. Over the weekend, people scrambled to get their money out of the banks, creating long lines at ATMs across the country. Fellow Eurozone member states have refused to extend the country's bailout program past Tuesday, leaving the country on the brink of financial chaos. A North Carolina female prison guard is the one behind bars this morning after allegedly helping an inmate escape. The convicted killer, who police say she helped, was caught over the last few hours after a one-day manhunt. Authorities caught up with Christopher Antonio McNeil Sunday night after they say several people recognized him and called in. He is serving a 14-year sentence for second-degree murder. Kendra Lynette Miller now faces multiple charges, including sex with an inmate and aiding and abetting a fugitive. Also developing as we start this Monday, the NTSB will begin looking into what caused a plane carrying 3 to crash into a house outside of Boston. Investigators say they already know the pilot of the plane reported losing power to the engines. The pilots in the plane had taken off from Lancaster Airport in Pennsylvania when it fell out of the sky over Boston. 2 adults and a child were killed when the plane went down. The family inside of the house was able to get out without being hurt.